In just 10 minutes, unlock 10 powerful takeaways from Stephen Bartlett's interview with ex-FBI agent Joe Navarro on the Diary of a CEO. Discover the silent way narcissists control you, how to spot lies in seconds, and the FBI's secrets for confidence, influence, and reading anyone. If you want truth, power, and control, this one's for you. Takeaway 1. Narcissists dominate you by controlling time. A narcissist rarely shows power by yelling. They dominate you by controlling how time is used during a conversation or negotiation. Joe Navarro said, "Whoever controls time controls the negotiation. If a person walks in fast, talks fast, and expects quick answers, they're trying to take control before you even begin." Navarro explains that narcissists love doing this. It puts pressure on you, which gives them an upper hand. The fix is simple but powerful. Slow everything down. Speak calmly. Pause before answering. Take your time flipping through papers. It shifts the power back to you. For example, if someone barges into a meeting and says, "Let's cut the nonsense and talk numbers," respond slowly and clearly saying, "Good morning to you too. Let's get started." Then take a breath, move slowly, and control the rhythm. This makes the other person adjust to your tempo instead of the other way around. Now let's move to the next takeaway. Takeaway 2. Watch the lips to catch lies. Lips often reveal stress before the person speaks. Joe says the lips are the emotional seismograph of the body. When someone feels comfortable, their lips are soft and full. But when they hear something stressful or try to hide something, blood leaves the lips, making them pale and thin. People also tighten or press their lips when they disagree or feel uncomfortable. These small reactions happen automatically, even when someone is trained to lie. The brain triggers them faster than a person can hide them. For example, if you're in a serious conversation and mention a topic like betrayal or money, and the other person suddenly presses their lips into a thin line or bites the inside of their mouth, it could mean they're uncomfortable or not being fully honest. Look for these cues before they even speak. Now let's move to the next takeaway. Takeaway 3. The way you carry flowers can expose you. Cultural habits often show up in small actions. Joe once exposed a deep-cover spy just by watching how he carried a bouquet of flowers. Americans carry flowers with the stems down and the blossoms up. But people from Eastern Europe usually carry them upside down, with the blossoms pointing down. This detail may seem tiny, but in intelligence work, it can reveal everything. Joe watched a video of the suspected spy walking out of a flower shop on Valentine's Day. He immediately said, "That guy's not from here." His team asked, "How do you know?" Joe replied, "It's the way he carries the flowers." For example, imagine someone trying hard to blend in at your workplace. Everything seems normal, but they do one small thing, like carrying a lunchbox in a strange way, that doesn't match local habits. In law enforcement and in life, these are the details that often expose the truth. Now let's move to the next takeaway. Takeaway 4. Your posture is your power display. Posture is one of the easiest ways to read someone's confidence level. When people feel secure and powerful, they take up space. They sit with their shoulders back and heads held high. When someone is insecure or nervous, they shrink, lean forward, or fidget. Joe shared a story about 2 final candidates for a top job. One was confident and experienced. He sat back in the chair, looking relaxed and calm. The other candidate leaned forward, looked anxious, and appeared too eager. Joe said, "The second candidate may have wanted the job more, but the first one owned the room." For example, in your next meeting or interview, check your posture. Are you leaning forward too much, bouncing your leg, or crossing your arms? These signs can show neediness or stress. Instead, try to relax your shoulders, take slow breaths, and use steady gestures. You'll appear more powerful without saying a word. Now let's move to the next takeaway. Takeaway 5. Criminals and abusers use parental mimicry. Some of the most dangerous people don't look scary at all. They gain control by becoming a parental figure in the mind of the victim. Joe said, "In Stockholm, the robbers became the father figure, and the hostages became the children." This is why victims often defend their abusers, even after terrible treatment. This is also common in domestic violence. The abuser becomes the provider. They give food, money, or shelter. The victim starts to feel dependent, even loyal, like a child depending on a parent. Over time, this creates a twisted bond, much like Stockholm Syndrome. For example, a woman might be beaten by her husband and still defend him in court, saying, "He's just under stress," or "He's the only one working." Joe says this is not weakness, it's a deep psychological pattern of control. Once someone becomes the parent, they own the relationship. We're halfway through the video. Thanks for sticking with us. If you're enjoying it, hit the thumbs up and share it in your WhatsApp groups. If you'd like to support us, please tap the thanks button below. It helps us keep making great content. Drop a comment and don't forget to hit subscribe for more. Now let's continue with the video. Takeaway 6. The FBI trains confidence through competence. Confidence is not something magical you're born with. According to Joe Navarro, it is built step by step. He said the FBI trains agents by helping them become confident in one small task, then another, and another. The more you succeed in small things, the more confident you become overall. Joe said, "Be confident about one thing, anything, even if it's just stacking papers perfectly or making your bed." Confidence grows from doing something well, not from faking it. For example, if you feel nervous in meetings, start by learning everything you can about your topic. When you know more than anyone else in the room, your body language, voice, and confidence will change naturally. Confidence built this way is solid and cannot be faked. Now let's move to the next takeaway. Takeaway 7. Your voice betrays your power. Your voice tells others how much control you have. Joe trained Harvard students to speak with authority by lowering their tone and controlling their speed. He said, "No is a full sentence. Say it with confidence. Don't let your voice go up at the end like a question. When you speak slowly and with calm rhythm, people pay more attention and take you seriously." Joe also explained that voice cadence, the natural ups and downs, is what makes leaders sound powerful. Think of Martin Luther King's famous speech. It had rhythm, emotion, and gravity. For example, instead of saying, "This isn't our final offer," say, "This is not our final offer, but it is our best one for now." Slow down. Let each part land. Use silence to your advantage. The pause after a sentence can say more than the sentence itself. Now let's move to the next takeaway. Takeaway 8. Detect comfort or discomfort, not lies. Instead of trying to find the lie, Joe teaches people to look for signs of comfort versus discomfort. The brain always signals when something feels wrong. This is easier to spot and more reliable than chasing a perfect lie detector signal. For example, when Joe was interviewing Rod Ramsey, a spy, he mentioned a name. Ramsey's cigarette started shaking. That tremor was a sign of discomfort. Joe didn't accuse him. He circled back 20 minutes later and mentioned the name again. Same reaction. That physical response led to exposing one of the most damaging espionage cases in U.S. history. Now let's move to the next takeaway. Takeaway 9. The first 3 milliseconds decide everything. First impressions happen much faster than most people think. Joe says our brains start judging others within 3 milliseconds. That's faster than a blink. It's a survival tool developed through evolution. For example, researchers asked people to rate a teacher after just glancing into a classroom for a few seconds. Their impressions matched the ratings of students who had spent an entire semester with that teacher. That means before you say a single word, your body language has already told people if you're confident, weak, likable, or a threat. Now let's move to the last takeaway. Takeaway 10. Kids react to your body, not words. Most parents unknowingly scare or intimidate their children just by how they stand. Joe says if you stand in front of your child like a drill sergeant with your neck stiff, they shut down. But if you step slightly to the side and tilt your head, the child opens up. For example, if your child does something wrong and you want to talk, standing directly in front of them with your hands on your hips will trigger defensiveness. Instead, step slightly off to the side, relax your arms, and tilt your head. This shows openness and curiosity, not threat. Your child will talk to you, not run from you. Here is a brief introduction about Joe Navarro. Joe Navarro is a former FBI agent and expert in body language and nonverbal communication. Thank you for watching. If you'd like to support this channel, hit the thanks button below. It really helps us keep going. If you enjoyed this summary, please leave a like and share it in your WhatsApp groups. To join discussion about this video, drop a comment below. And for more videos like this, hit the subscribe button below.